Meanwhile, in the plot,
and we're back.
So Perry, you were, I believe, saying something about yourself being a captain when it cut off.
Yes. So I reached my hand forward to the to the navigation officer to shake her hand and say, "Pleasure to meet you. I am retired Captain Perry."
Retired captain, you say? Actually, roll me an insight before I tell you too much here.
You want me to roll an insight?
Yes.
Is that what you
Just
said?
to see generally how she's reacting to you. Yeah, she seems, while she's somewhat surprised with your appearance, first of all, she doesn't seem really taken aback by it. And she seems like really more so shocked that, you used to be a captain. Like, there's almost some disbelief there.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Honestly,
That's
this suit would look a lot better if I had actually remained captain. Unfortunately, lost my eye in a battle and had to retire.
That's most unfortunate. Yes. I imagine a situation that you run into all too frequently with the naval vessels.
Yes. Quite unfortunate.
At this point,
well, it was a pleasure to meet you. And then I'm gonna start looking back over the ocean.
Likewise, she actually does likewise. She's not actively moving away from you, but you can tell it's kind of like the ocean is really what she's interested in here. Those whoever else is on deck, are you interacting with this at all, or just watching?
Just watching.
I'm not even paying attention. It's of no importance to me.
I mean, I was just.
We should probably know where Jay is. Also,
watching.
Oh, you're out. You're out here as well. You're on the deck.
Well, I've become very concerned about a certain rogue, and I think that she's dangerous. So I'm surveilling her from an appropriate distance.
Wait, what? I'm not a girl. I'm a guy.
You're not the only rogue either.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm worried about her. My alignment tells me that she's trouble.
So are you talking about me, or are you talking about somebody else?
He's talking about Nana, I
Talking
believe.
about me.
And by alignment, I think means appearance and general demeanor.
She's dangerous. I think she's chaotic neutral.
Oh, power off.
Yes.
All right, so I take it you're not being secretive about your keeping an eye on her, right?
And enough of a distance to where it's not obvious.
Okay, roll me a... What would this be? Roll me a stealth roll, please. Okay, there we go. And Anana, if you could go ahead and roll me a perception, please.
Stealth.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
so
do I
you're...
roll it?
Yeah, Anana, you're totally clueless to being watched.
Oh,
That said, are you doing anything ne'er-do-welly? Is that a word?
stroking the skull on my bone violin.
Yeah. So you see, basically, she's got this violin that looks like it has been made from a human skull and a human femur as the neck, put together and strung up. And she's just stroking it. It's weird, but it's not necessarily dangerous.
That is suspicious.
So,
Who'd she kill?
None of your business.
Quick thing, actually, I want to just bring up something. While I'm just standing out there, I'm gonna at some point lift my eye patch and start looking around to see who might be a good target for stealing.
Stealing?
Okay. All right. And you're keeping both of your eyes open for this purpose, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that wouldn't have mattered in this case, but let's see what targets there are to be had here. I apologize, I am rolling a bunch of stuff off screen just to keep the mystery going.
Did you find a target?
That's the question.
Yeah.
And target.
You see, there's a bunch of people, mostly kind of bustling to and fro, heading to their quarters, heading to the other ends of the deck. But you do see that there is basically a somewhat scruffy-looking halfling man. He has a shorter beard. Let me actually pull this guy over here so I can show you what he looks like. Looks kind of like that. He's smoking a pipe. He's just kind of hanging out on decks. But he does. He's well dressed, not like foppishly well dressed, but he has good quality clothes on. Looks like he has a pouch that might contain some gold at his waist. But a very small guy because he's a halfling, obviously.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to secretly signal my rat to keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Then turn back around.
How do you signal your rat? Just for the record.
Basically, just simple hand motions aimed into my sleeve that he recognizes.
All right.
And then I point to the guy that it is.
So I would like you to roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Okay. Good thing for a whole bunch of extra stuff.
Okay. You don't appear to be noticed. Really the rat does appear to be keeping an eye on him. Doesn't seem to really do anything remarkable. This is a familiar, right?
Yes.
So you can pretty much communicate telepathically with... No, you can't, can you? I forget how those work in 5th edition.
Frel.
Let me look it up real quick. When you're familiar with them, 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Which makes the hand signals kind of moot. As an action, you can see through your familiar size and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn. During this time, you're deaf and blind with regard to your own senses. But you're having the rat watch. You're not watching through the rat, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, he just he scurries off to do it, but it's not like he's it's not like he's too far, and he's staying hidden.
We never gave you a sheet for that, did we?
No.
All right. Let me look up rat stats real quick. This is not what...
Yes.
What's the Rat Stat theme song again?
Rat Man. I'm sorry.
Non-copyright infringement, Rat Man.
I heard spoofs of that for as long as I can remember, believe me.
Where is the... Oh, there it is. Okay.
He has a dex modifier of 0, so.
And no stealth skill. What is up with that? All right. I'm going to say he's proficient at least, so I'm going to give him a bit of a modifier to that. Okay, he scurries around. It doesn't look like... It looks like basically when he's scurrying out in the open, everyone is looking the other way. So, like, he doesn't get noticed that he can tell or that you can tell. But yeah, the halfling man is just kind of milling about above decks. He does, after a few minutes, he starts heading back toward... basically this opening here, presumably toward his quarters, you would guess from the location on the ship. What are you going to do?
I'm going to telepathically tell my rat to follow him, and if there's and see if he can, basically tell him to secretly steal maybe 1 to 2 gold from this guy and bring it back to our quarters.
Okay. He basically follows the halfling guy through the door. Moments later, you hear like shrieking and like stomping noises, and your rat basically comes scurrying back out, like basically looking like he's trying to run and hide.
All right, I'm gonna send him. In that case, I'm gonna send him to his secret place or whatever. I forget what it's called.
You do that. Anyone else doing anything of note at this point, or?
I'm just more or less. I do, of course, at times look around, seeing what's going on around the ship, but mostly watching the water. Like, kind of nervously with that, but also at the same time trying to keep my mind off it by looking around the different things on the ship, the different people, like getting a feel for being around them and all, you know?
Yeah. So basically,
Question.
Yeah.
Am I aware of what has just happened between Captain Perry and the rat and the dapper halfling?
Can you roll me a perception, please?
I can.
I'm
Right here.
gonna say with disadvantage because you've been keeping your eye on Anana.
It's true. She's dangerous.
Okay.
Right.
You do not notice this, no. You do, however, you hear the shrieks.
Okay. So what I'm aware of is there's a shriek. Okay.
There's a shriek, yeah. And, yeah, like stomping noises, like somebody has, like, found a, distasteful creature.
So a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Inanna stops looking at the water and kind of like turns around, but she's basically still sitting at the head of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, all this is happening a fairly good distance away from you, so... But you like...
No.
You do hear it.
Just...
It's not quiet.
Just in general, just a casual turnabout. Not really interested, but just looking at the people.
I would like to go toward the sound of the screaming.
You may definitely do so. You basically enter into... Let me actually put you on the map here. I should actually kind of put all of you on the map, to truth be told.
I may have figured that out.
So you basically would be going into this door here, which was where the shrieking came from. Yeah, you basically run into a very finely dressed young woman whose token I need to find here. Okay, there we go. Let's see, you are... Here we go. So she seems like she's barely in her 20s. She has reddish blonde hair that falls to her mid-waist and is held back in an elaborate array of braids and bejeweled pins. Very expensive-looking gown. She's looking like indignant. I cannot believe they allowed such a filthy creature on this ship. I will have words with the captain. You, what are you doing? She kind of looks down at you.
I heard a noise. Is everything all right?
Is everything all right? Where to begin, good sir? There is a filthy, disgusting vermin on this ship.
Do you mean an orc or a gnome, ma'am?
Neither in this case, though your point is well made. No, I mean a rodent.
I see. What did the rodent do?
It was doing rodent things, scurrying around, and do you know how many diseases those things carry?
Oh, I kind of wish that I was hearing this. I feel like did I actually see him going towards the door?
Zephram, you hold on. We're part of the same party. I'm going to get information and come talk to you if that's okay.
We're not part of the
same
party.
You guys actually have not met yet.
We don't know each other.
I've been trying to get that information from you guys. I'm glad I've now achieved that information.
Yeah. Perry in particular has not really met any of you guys yet, except for the people that apparently are not going to be showing up. So...
Okay, although I have another way around that. But she says rat-like things. Okay. Where did he go? Where did it go, man?
It scampered off that way. She kind of dismissively points over toward the door.
I would like to thank her and then go in the direction she points.
She just kind of like turns up her nose and walks. She's walking upward, presumably like she's going to basically just like have words with the captain, because that's where his quarters are, is up in the aft section here. But yeah, she marches off in a huff. Why is this still giving me alerts? Maybe that was somebody else, I don't know. Anyways. In any case, a few hours pass this way. You do see... let's see if anybody else of note is going up on decks in the meantime.
Did I notice that he was looking around for my rat?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking in that direction, and if I can ask people,
I imagine you weren't being particularly, slow or subtle about going to investigate, right? Like you heard you heard a shriek and you went to see if somebody was in need of assistance, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm impatient and rude. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you would have noticed this.
Facts.
Hey, anybody see a rat? Hey, did you see a rat? Hey, did you see a rat? You look like a rat. Do you know about the rat?
I if you come up to me, I'm just gonna ignore you.
Good to know.
So
it finds the uncanny to you too.
So you guys basically do see a few minutes later, hear more than see, but you do see basically the young lady that you ran into, Thorgrim, and what you would presume is the captain having heated words, mostly her having heated words with him, and him just kind of, taking it, essentially. And you also, about this time, you notice that there is a half-elven fellow wandering up onto the deck. Oh, did I? I didn't show you her yet, did I? Let me show you her picture, because why not? Spent time drawing these things. Why is this not working? Oh, it's because I need to do that. That's why. So that's her. Yep.
Okay.
And then let me find this guy. Oh, I haven't put the rest of you on deck either. I keep forgetting to do that. So Inanna is going to be up there. And Perry is going to... You were on the foredeck also, Perry, you said? Yeah. Perry
Yeah.
will be up there. Talia, where were you on the ship?
So the woman that...
Wait, where are you putting us here?
Where do you want to be on the ship?
Just like standing at the side of it, like just...
Toward the front or
Like
toward
you
the
said.
back? Or in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle, yeah.
Okay. So we'll put Talia right about here. Talia, you are actually closest to this gentleman as he comes out basically from below decks. He is... Boom. He's coming up basically right about there. Let me show you him before I forget. That's him. So he's basically
Nice.
dressed in a khaki jerkin and jodhpurs with seemingly spit-shine knee-high boots. His pointed ears belie some trace of elven blood, but the sheer girth of his mustache is awe-inspiring. And he is basically smoking a very pungent blend from a deeply curved pipe. And, basically just kind of strolling the decks.
All right. I'm gonna come down, and do I notice him?
Roll me perception.
Okay. And at this point, I am not using both eyes,
Okay.
so I do not have the thing.
You do not notice this fellow. Talia, without a roll, though, you do notice him. He's coming up right next to you.
Of course, I'm pretending not to notice, like looking over at the water, like still a little nervous while looking at the water, but not trying to show it.
Okay. He actually approaches you. He steps up and says, "I dare say, my young lady, you appear to be in a bit of distress. Perhaps I could regale you with tales of adventure to sweeten your mood."
No, I'm fine.
Are you certain? He kind of puffs on his pipe a little bit.
It's just that a little nervous traveling. First time away from home.
Ah, carry on then. And he just basically walks past you and toward the prow of the ship.
Just let out a quiet sigh and keep. Basically, like I said, as some people would say, people watching like from time to time, but not really trying to interact, and from time to time looking out over the water, still nervous while looking at over the water.
Actually, you should probably be
Yeah,
next to the
she
railing
has-
there.
yeah, she has her reasons for being nervous when looking over at the water. So
All right. At this point, let me find my right hand out here. At this point, a few hours have passed. Ahead of you, the sun slowly sets over the open ocean, seeming to set the waves ablaze with its sparkling light. A short few minutes, and the sky has grown dark, and the salt breeze starts to turn chill. The sky is clear, and among the many constellations, the full red disk of the lesser moon Lithandra shines its baleful red glow into the darkness. I would like everyone... Yeah, everyone is still above decks at this point, so make me a perception check, please.
I open my eye then.
No, you're not.
Once it gets
unless you did not declare your eye was open, so for the purpose of this, it's not open.
Okay. I was gonna say though that once it turned dark, I would open the eye because I just.
Oh,
Okay.
actually,
In that case, I'll give it to you because I didn't give you much space to say that. So we have nat 20 for Thorgren. What is RDC here?
You're welcome.
Inanna, you do not notice this. Everyone else, actually. Amidst
Why do I have such bad perception?
You actually have a decent perception, but that was not a very good roll. Amidst the calming, almost hypnotic sound of the waves breaking against the colossal's hull, you sense something out of place. The scrambling and scratching of claws. Looking down, almost invisible in the dark waters, you see man-sized shapes and the glint of large bulbous eyes in the moonlight. What do you do?
Ready my weapons and start flying.
Okay. Where are you flying, and how high?
Basically, I'm just gonna get about 5 feet up.
Okay. Just go ahead and put yourself on the map where you need to be.
So I'll be right here.
Okay.
And kind of in the middle. And like I said, I'm readying both of my weapons.
And
okay.
Moving back away from gonna quick move back away from the railing and ready my weapon as well.
Inanna is not doing anything. Okay. Is anyone readying an attack?
I guess if I spot one, I'm gonna fire off a shot right at it.
Okay.
I can ready one, yeah.
All right. Now I need to get these guys on the map. I'm going to put them not where they actually are at this point because I just need them on here to roll initiative for them. So basically, first of all, let me show you what you see. As you guys are scrambling to get ready for this, basically, suddenly the silence is broken by the large, baleful drone of a conch shell, the frenzied hissing of voices in an unknown tongue, and the clatter of weaponry. So they are going to well, actually, I don't want to show them to you yet because you have not really gotten a good look at them yet. But I will show them to you when that time comes. That said, sorry, my roll 20 friends left.
It's alright. Would it happen to be a language that I could understand?
What languages do you understand?
Hold on, let me
probably not, but you may have made some odd choices in your character build.
There we go. Sent them to you.
Okay. You do not understand this now.
Okay. It's obvious she knows common if she talked to the guy in common, obviously, and understood him.
Everyone knows common.
That's obvious.
So, Deshauna, you are up first. You hear basically scrambling over the sides. Nothing is really happening yet, but it sounds like they're, basically something is imminently going to happen.
In other words, something's probably going to come up to the side here, right?
It would be a good guess, yes.
Okay, then I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use, and thankfully this is one of the spells that a bard can get because I looked it up. I'm gonna let me show you where I'm going to put it. There. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm using Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
That's a concentration spell. It lasts.
Can you click the spell description for me real quick?
Sure. Let me go into my spells. Where is it?
And of course, spend your slot and all that good stuff.
There's the description.
Okay, cube 5 feet on each side. So these are obviously basically a bunch of spinning daggers in the air, right? Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, it lasts for 1 minute and it's concentration. So that's where I'm putting it right here. So when they would come up, they'd go right into it because when they go in, as soon as they go into it, they're taking 4d4 slashing.
Okay, fair enough. And is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Perry, it's your turn.
Which side has do I think has the least amount of enemies coming up?
From where you are currently, you can't see any of them, just because of the angle.
I mean, just hearing wise.
Hearing wise, roll me a perception.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to count as I have advantage because of the fact that it's not doing.
No, it's not visual, so it will not be advantage. You can't really tell. The sound seemed to be kind of coming from all around you.
All right. Do I notice that they just put that Talia just put up the cloud of daggers there?
I'm going to say with that perception roll, because of the fact that this... Why am I not... There we go. This thing in front of you here is basically the main rigging. So it's kind of blocking your line of sight. You don't see that.
Well, Trell. You know what? I'm going to still fly over here. I'm going to fly over here then, above the ocean. And do I see any of them?
Oh, yeah, you definitely see some of them. Let me actually put some stuff on the map here. Borrow some of these guys from here, but you see one there. You see one there. Let me show you what these guys look like before I put more on the map here. But basically, these guys... Did I write a description for them? No, I did not. But basically, you are looking at fairly monstrous looking... Whoops. There we go. Fairly monstrous looking fishmen. They have huge heads, like really large jaws, and basically just really needle sharp interlocking teeth on them. Each of them is wielding a spear that, when you look closely, these basically are spears that have a loop at the butt end of them, and a rope is tied through that loop. Most of them do not wear clothes. Incidentally, the skin on these, there's not really noticeable scales. They're more like just like really like pebbled texture, kind of like a shark. Most of them are not wearing any clothes. There are a few that are like this guy here that are wearing kind of robes. And they have a sort of different sort of spear that's got a strange symbol hanging from it. Lashed to the head.
Well, in that case, the ones that...
Let me go ahead and finish putting them on the map now that I've described them, though.
Okay.
Because that may affect how you react. So you've got basically one there, one there, one there.
These guys are in the ocean still?
These guys are in the water still. So it looks like some of them are basically kind of like grasping onto the hull with basically kind of sharp talons. Got one here. You've got another one of these guys. This deck is not really there, obviously, but he's a little bit out further in the water. And that is what you see.
All right. Are any of the ones that are close to me... are any of the ones that are clothed close to too close to the deck for me to, Frel, I'm not saying what I want to say. Are any of the clothed ones grabbing onto the boat already?
They are not, no.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna fire off a shot at the one that is closest, the clothed one that is closest to the ship. Then.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your attack then.
Right. And how do I make sure that I do both? There it is. Okay. Boop. That fire off both.
You're doing both barrels on that?
Yes.
Okay, so that will definitely hit for a... Oh, I see what that is. Okay. So total of 6 piercing damage. Hopefully I've set this up right. Let's see if I did. Nope, I didn't. I'm going to have to track these on paper. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. All right, he takes a solid hit to the shoulder, but he looks like he's still coming.
Okay. And I think that's the end of my turn. So.
Yep. All right. So these guys start throwing their spears, not at you, but they start throwing their spears up at the deck. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Where'd your sheet go? There we go.
That was a lot of rolls.
Whew. 3 of them managed to basically clatter their... 3 of the spears, basically, the ones that are actually clustered around you, Perry, they basically clatter against the hole, but they don't take purchase. The 3 down here, the spears actually manage to poke into something malleable and not malleable, that's the wrong word, but they basically manage to penetrate a wooden surface and stick there. These 3 actually start climbing up the ropes, and they actually make their way onto the ship. This one, however, is going to pass through your cloud of daggers, so I need to see what that does.
I have 44 damage. I can
so
roll the attack
roll
itself.
roll me 44, please. He's going to end his turn here because he's not dumb.
That's what it.
Okay, 9 slashing damage. Okay, so that is number 4. Take him down to that number. All right. Meanwhile, you've got on the other side of the ship.
I mean, if he's still in the cloud of daggers, as long as they're in it, that's what they're taking that on each of their turns.
He basically, when he boarded the deck, he sidestepped it. But he had to pass through it based on where his spear was.
Right.
Okay, so the first one failed. Good grief. These guys are not hitting a low DC. So we've got number 2, 3, and 6 are going to make it up. Same thing on the other side of the boat. You see basically spears like passing, into the railing, the stairs, any surface that basically they will stick in.
At this point, I'm starting to wonder where the crew is.
Oh, the crew is basically rushing to arms. For the sake of keeping the map clean, I'm not putting all the NPCs on there. But yeah, the crew is rushing to arms.
Okay.
That said... Oh, I did those in the wrong order. That's okay. I'll just go ahead and do the other ones now. So we're going to roll for them. They're all kind of doing the same thing anyways. All right. One of those is up on either side. The one you shot misses, Perry. The other one manages to pull himself on deck, narrowly missing the cloud of daggers. And then you've got... Oh, I need to pull another one onto the map. One of these guys pulls his way up over here. So that is it for them. And on it is your turn. Did we lose you, Vanessa?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what to do.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't having any Discord issues.
No, I just don't really know what to do.
I mean, you're a rogue on the tip of the ship.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna I'll just jump into the water. No, I'm kidding.
You could totally do that. It'll be fine.
Well, I mean, they're going up. I could go down.
Attack my ship. I'm gonna attack your home.
Exactly. I'm just gonna dive down there and kill you all. You
should totally do that. Nothing can possibly go wrong with this plan.
Right. Exactly. There's some kind of melody I can play or something.
There is. Let me take a look at your sheet real quick.
Yeah.
See what you actually have.
Make a decision for me.
Okay. So you can do your freaky transformation thing. That's your racial. You can do.
Just turn into one of them and swim away.
You can't. Well, I mean, you could do that, but you're not going to necessarily gain their swim speed. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the stuff you can do musically is like spells. You could cast a suggestion on one of them if you want to, say, go back to your people or whatever. You could do... you could do fear off of your violin. That might be helpful.
You can do what?
You could cast a fear spell with your violin by playing your violin.
Let's do that.
Okay, so let me look at the spell description really quickly. I think it's a cone that comes out from you. Let me just click this here for chat, just to make it easier. Okay, it's concentration up to a minute. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed in the wisdom saving throw and become frightened for the duration. Must take dash action to move away from you by the safest available route. So basically, this is the kind of thing to affect more of them. You'd want to move closer to them because the cone is going to basically emanate from you, and it's going to be basically a 90-degree arc to one direction.
Okay, so you're saying I should
get
out of my king of the world position.
If you want to be super effective with that, you're going to have to put yourself kind of in harm's way to do it.
Fine, I will move closer to the danger, despite the fact that I don't care whether or not any of these people die.
Well, you're one of these people, so.
I mean, do I really seem like a person who cares if they die?
Fair.
There you go. I was like, internally, I'm just like, this is a bullshit adventure anyways. I don't know why I'm here.
So go ahead and move yourself where you want to be.
Okay. I will move myself to... Yeah, about there.
Okay, that is actually 1, 2,
Too far?
3, 4, 5,
Too far?
6. Yeah, you could basically move to this top of the stairs and still have an action left to do that. So you would end up being on the map where they are. You would end up being right basically there, but you're above them.
Right here.
Yep.
Ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then we'll do the cool little.
Okay,
spell
so we've
thingy.
got there that one. Perry is going to be actually now. Perry's up high. You could probably aim around him. Do you want to aim around Perry?
What a fantastic question.
Because you could
I
definitely
suppose
get
in this.
that guy.
I
This
suppose in
guy.
this instance, I wouldn't really care, but for sake of the fight itself, then we will attempt to aim around the innocents.
Okay, so you're more or less aiming down into the water then at these three that are still in the water. Or I guess the other option would be to aim over at deck, but you're going to get basically the weird game hunter guy, and you're going to get this guy, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you would get Tully in that as well.
Yeah, I would basically get everybody. So into the water.
Into the water? Okay. So we're going to make 3 wisdom saves. DC 16. And this is with disadvantage because of your thingamajig.
A disadvantage because of my thingamajig? What?
Basically, when you cast a fear spell using that violin, any save they make against it is at disadvantage because it's so terrifying.
Oh, okay.
So, where is your save? You don't have saves, so we're just going to roll wisdom for you guys. So that's that guy. And then these two.
So one of them doesn't run?
All of them run because they're rolling at disadvantage. Let's see.
You're welcome.
Frighten on each of its turns. So this doesn't happen immediately, but it will happen when their turn comes up. So I'm going to give them a little marker here. Sure, we'll use that for fear. Oh, no, we don't want that one.
No, they haven't went down yet. They're just afraid.
I keep hitting the X when I'm in that menu because I think it will exit the menu. And it doesn't exit the menu, it just makes them dead.
I know, I've done that a couple times.
Alright, so those 3 guys are feared. And that will last for up to a minute, as long as you maintain concentration. Now, for those of you not in the know, if you have a concentration spell going and you take damage, you need to make a DC 10, usually a DC 10 Constitution save in order to maintain that spell. Thorgrim, it is your turn.
So, am I correct in stating that the 2 sea monsters that are on deck are standing on deck but terrified? Is that correct?
No, none of the ones on deck are terrified.
Okay, great.
Only the ones that are in the water.
I have a couple of questions about the ship. Am I close to whatever ladder leads up to a crow's nest?
There is rigging that leads. Actually, you should probably be outside here because that's where you were before. Put yourself elsewhere if you want to be elsewhere. I just forgot that you were there. But basically, there is a one of those net rigging ladders. Basically, there's two on either side of the cargo doors here, and they lead up to the crow's nest that basically is nestled in between the two mainsails.
Okay, good information. I don't think I'm going to act on it. I would like to try fire a crossbow bolt at the nearest of the sea monsters.
Okay. The nearest to where you are currently on the map is actually kind of behind a stairwell, so he would get some cover from that. Do you want to shoot at one that you've got a straight shot on?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll shoot at this guy. Go ahead and click your... Do you know where your weapons are on the page? It's basically...
Yes, they're down here at the bottom.
There is an attacks column that basically should be above the equipment, and that's where you want to click on the crossbow. It should roll the attack and damage for you. Make sure that I'm doing that right. Yeah, it should be basically right between the items and like the...
Click on the... Okay, clicking on crossbow, and then clicking on what after that?
That is actually all you need to click at this point. So this guy's AC is... That will hit. And that is number 5. Where'd my notebook? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so basically you thunk a crossbow bolt like kind of solidly into this guy's arm. He's hurt, but he's definitely not down. That was 5 piercing. Out of that many becomes... Okay.
Do you look pissed off?
I'm going to have you roll me an insight. These are not exactly these are not exactly the types of faces you're used to reading.
Okay.
Oh!
He looks pissed off. Pissed off to have been hit. Yes. However, that's not the main. The main thing you sense from these is just some kind of grim determination.
There's something magical going on here, I think.
Oops. Ignore that.
Wow, a game about magic? Who would have thought? I'm
Watch
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was super bitchy.
I thought you contributed something right there.
Remember your goofy
I
in-world
did.
squares, people.
I did contribute something, only for my own welfare.
You're on welfare?
Yes.
Here we go.
All right, is that it?
Okay.
Is that it for your turn?
I don't think I can do any more, can I?
You could move, and I don't think any of your bonus action stuff is really going to be... Wait, actually, you might have a bonus action thing that is effective. I forget what I gave you.
All I really want to do is tell those ugly monsters to come and get me.
Fair enough. Yeah, you basically have 25 feet of movement, which is 5 squares if you want to move. You also have a bonus action, which the thing that you could do that's would be somewhat effective with that right now is to cast Spiritual Weapon, which basically will pummel them at range.
Okay, let's
Or
do that.
actually, no, you have. I think you have a bonus action. What is it?
Magic weapon?
No, magic weapon. I don't think is a bonus action. Actually, let me take a look at that. Oh, it is a bonus action. Yeah, you could do magic weapon as a bonus action. However, bear in mind that it.
Just did, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just click the description. That's fine. But bear in mind that it won't work on your hammer because your hammer is already a magic weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can do that on your crossbow. If you
So I
want to.
have to... Okay. I think I'm just going to leave it right there. I think it should be somebody else's turn now.
All right, Talia, you've got fish people next to you.
Alright. See what else I got here that I could use. Um 10 foot. Let me see Okay, if I did that. Alright. I'm casting Shatter. I'll put the description up for you so you can see what that does.
Okay. A 10-foot radius sphere centered. So where are you centering this thing?
Centering it here.
So that will hit you if you do that way. If you do it that way.
I'll hit who?
You. You're not exempt from this effect if you're in the area.
Alright, let me see. I'm gonna make sure I won't get. Well, I don't want to hit him. I mean, the fear. It'll take the fear away.
He is well below the area of effect. Bear in mind, those guys are in the water. It's about 15 feet down from the deck that you're on.
Yeah.
So you can center it out in space there and hit the ones on the railing and not yourself.
I'll mostly get these two, but if I center it here, I can get. Whoops.
Yeah, you can get all three of them. You can get here. I should say basically everybody but this guy by the stairwell, or alternately, you could get everybody but this guy.
I'll see how. I'll try to get these three.
The top three?
These three here, yeah.
Okay, those three. Okay. So they must make a Constitution save with a DC of 15.
And that's the attack. Hopefully, it hit.
I don't need you open.
Woo!
And that is one of the robed guys. Let me roll for the other two guys first.
All right.
Where are you?
Oh no. Okay, good.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
still connected.
Oh, 2 natural ones. Okay. So by the way, I think this is the first time. No, it's not the first time it's come up, but I forgot before. I have an alternate rule called severity that I like to use, so I'm going to roll a d20 for both of these guys, just to see how bad that critical fail is. So the regular guy. Whoops. Okay. This is a sonic effect or thunder damage, yeah. So basically the railing like shakes and just this loud noise. You see these guys too that would be actually these two here. Are not to the ground. Their feet fall out from under them as they take this damage. So, did you roll damage on that yet?
Damage rolled with. Yeah, because I have it set to roll damage with it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. 17 thunder. And none of them made that save, so they're all taking it. So that is going to be 6. This guy here is not having a good day. He's no sooner knocked to the ground that basically his just like cracks his skull against the decks and just stops moving entirely.
And because of the school I chose, which was Valor, since we're at 7th level, at 6 I gained extra attack, so I can do another attack here.
No, that was not an attack, that was a spell. So you cannot.
Oh, okay. Well, my mistake.
Yeah, you can only attack as a bonus action when you have actually taken the attack action.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
That would be minus 17. I need to math here. There we go. Agreed. Who's...
I kind of wonder if anyone saw me use that huge shatter.
Oh, they heard you, if nothing else. I mean, you've got a bunch of people close by you. Wasn't exactly secretive. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Perry, it is your turn.
All right, so I move to be able to flank this guy, and
Okay.
I use my I'm going to use my scimitar, but it's actually a cutlass.
Okay, so basically,
I
as
dual
an
wield,
you,
or do I?
well, here's the problem. You're trying to. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you still have the pistol in your hand, and you're drawing it with your offhand. Is that correct? Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and make the attack. Just remember, you're not adding any dexterity modifier to your damage because it is an offhanded attack.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly what this is gonna change. How much? Okay.
Okay, that does have your dex modifier factored into it. If that's going to be your offhand attack, we might want to change that. But
okay. So that is.
It's actually 1 point of damage without
So
the
that's
dex
just a 1. Yeah.
All right. So that is. Oh, and you have something else important you might want to use at this point.
Yeah, probably a certain thing that I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that's a little better. So total is 6 damage to him, and that is number 1, 2, 3. I don't think he's been touched yet. He has not been touched yet, but he is definitely touched now.
What, this one he attacked?
Yeah, the one that we now have flank on.
Wasn't that the one that came up through my cloud of daggers?
Oh, you're right.
Oh, he was. What the heck did I do then?
Because he took the 9 damage from that.
All right, yeah. So let's see. 9 plus 6. We have a total of 15 that he's taken so far then. So that is number 3. That leaves him with this many. I'll roll something here real quick. Perry, roll me a perception check, please.
A perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still have your eye patch off, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, then you may roll it with advantage.
16.
Yeah, as you cut a deep gash into this guy's, like, where you would assume his kidney would be. As you pull your blade out, you see obviously there's, blood, and there's, stuff dripping out. You catch a glimpse of something dark black and writhing underneath his muscles.
Ew.
That would be so rude if you actually said ew.
Would I actually recognize? Would I recognize it actually?
Roll me a.
Because I've been.
Do you have?
I've been out at sea a lot.
Are you trained in Arcana?
I don't think I am. Let me check.
Oh wait.
No, I am not.
Okay. I will let you roll me an intelligence roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh my.
Okay.
Let's see severity here.
I probably should have rolled this in secret now that I think about it, but too late. Okay, well, not very. It's the opposite of a very severe critical failure, but yeah, you do not recognize this at all. If you had to guess, it's some kind of like tapeworm but obviously tapeworms tend to live in the intestines, and this one is living just apparently in the body cavity.
Okay, so I'm not like, oh, this is a tapeworm. I know this is a tapeworm.
You suspect it's something of the sort.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never seen anything exactly like this before.
Okay.
And I didn't notice this yet, did I?
You didn't notice. Yeah, unfortunately, from your angle, you didn't really have the line of sight to it.
All right.
So, is that it for your turn, Perry?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Down to these guys again. Let's start. Oh, the guy in the water over here is going to flee. What's his speed? Swim speed, that is. So yeah, he basically disappears beneath the waves. I'm going to just move him.
All three of them?
Well, it's his turn first. All three are going to. He's not really over here. I'm just putting him there to denote that he's out of line of sight. And then let's see. So we've got this guy here. What is he going to do? I need you, Perry, I need you to make me a, what is this? Wisdom saving throw, please. You see him, like, waving his spear around and chanting in this weird, sibilant, guttural language. Oof. Okay.
That was bad. I guess it's...
Okay.
Not too bad.
Well, the good news is it's not a critical fail. The bad news is this. So you're paralyzed, which unfortunately freezes up your wings. You plummet into the water below.
You know, this would be a great time for Joker to show up. And then he just pulled me out of the water.
Yep. So basically, at the end of each of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw, and when you succeed on it, it will end for you. And I need to figure out what the DC is, because apparently it's nowhere. I'll just use these.
So wait,
guys.
am I sinking or am I floating?
You're not. Your mouth is underwater, if that's what you're getting at. You're not like sinking, but you know you're in danger. You're in danger of drowning if you don't get your mobility back. Fortunately, you are a light bird. So that was him. Let's see which other guys we have over here. We got this guy. He will open the door here, and he disappears into there. I'm going to move him over here, even though he's really not there. The other guy is in the water still. So he is going to try to make his way up onto deck. Oh, yeah, handily lands that. So you see another one of these guys drag himself up. He is right around here. Actually, he'll be right on the railing there. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Okay, no. Let's go to the other guys then. So these guys disappear under the waves. Well, I guess technically all those need to make wisdom saves because they've moved themselves. No, they can still see you at this point. They got good underwater vision, so they're not going to get that yet. These guys on deck. This guy is going to This guy will actually go down the stairs here and disappears. So I'm going to put him over here. This guy no longer has a bird at his back, so he is going to basically have at you with his spear, Talia.
Okay.
As soon as I can find a sheet. Here we go. Why does he have the... Oh, I see. Yeah, he'd be using this two-handed. Why not? Oh, wait. Oh, actually, he's going to first bite at you with nasty, pointy teeth. Does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 4 piercing damage as these things teeth dig into your shoulder. It's one of those things like you ever been bit by something like with really sharp teeth, and it's like you don't even feel it until you like look down and realize the blood is spurting out of you, and then it all of a sudden starts to hurt. It's like that. And then he's going to go at you.
You said, right?
Yep, and he's going to go after you with his spear.
And I know that hits.
Yep. What is that? Oh, that's if there was a crit. Okay. So, yeah, you take 2 piercing damage from the spear. Not that impressive. Fortunately, he did not have advantage. Let's see, do we have anybody else here? Oh, the other 2 that are in the water.
Where is this crew?
I think they were...
I noticed you put the 13 in blue, so that's my AC there, I assume.
Yes. Or it should be. This guy disappears below decks. This guy rushes to engage with Thorgrim, and he is going to bite and completely miss with the bite. And then he's going to try to spear.
Thorgrim has a 22 armor class.
Yep, no. It's basically the spear just clatters off your armor. This guy... What's he gonna do? He is going to go after fancy hunter guy.
Surprised he hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't.
Oh no!
Okay, so what's your ace? So why do you not have your stuff? That's no fun. Okay, there we go. And that's going to be a total of 9 piercing damage. This guy looks surprisingly resilient. He does, he gets bit and he gets stabbed and he starts bleeding, but, he looks like he's basically reaching for the bow on his back at this point. Kind of caught him by surprise, but he definitely looks like he is not. This is not his first battle that he's seen. Let's see. We had how many guys in the water? Okay, so we're gonna roll for them. Oof. All right, let's roll a.
Crit with the spear.
Okay. Only 1 spear lands up on this port side of the ship. However, you do see 3 of these fishmen crawling up it. So we're going to pull them onto the map. Where'd you go? There you are.
What are the intelligence scores on these creatures?
What's your intelligence score? If you like, you may make me a nature check to see generally how smart these things are, if you even know what they are.
I'm trying. figure out my next move.
And it is your turn.
Can I would I be able to move to the opposite side of the deck that I'm on?
You mean just straight across from you?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you definitely could.
Okay. So I want to move there ish.
Okay.
Wherever ish. And then can I use what was it? Sonic Whispers.
Can you click that for me? Oop. You didn't set it up to where it gets the description in there.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll just look at your sheet.
Okay.
Oh, don't lag on me now. Maybe I'll just look at the player's handbook, which doesn't need an internet connection. Dissonant Whispers. Okay. So which one are you using it on?
The one like directly across from me, the closest one, who's like 3 steps or 3 blocks from me.
Yeah, he's one of the robe guys. Must make a wisdom saving throw, and your DC is 16, I believe, right? Pretty sure it is. DC 16, yep. And he is, let's see, is this a fear effect? Yeah, it's not a fear effect, unfortunately, so he does not have disadvantage on this. But he will make a wisdom saving throw and see what happens. Makes it by 1. With that natural 1 on the disadvantage, too. So he takes half, I believe. Yes, and doesn't have to move away. Could you roll me 3d6, please? There we go. Okay, so it takes half of that, which is 10. That is numero... It's going to be down 5. What's your total? Come on. There we go. Okay. Is that it for your turn?
Is there anything else I can do?
If you have stuff that you could do as a bonus action, like the only thing that occurs to me is you could give Bardic Inspiration to somebody if they're in range.
Which I don't think anyone is.
Oh, you might have healing. No, I don't think you have Healing Word. I can't remember if you do or not. That's also a bonus action.
Let me see.
I didn't take that.
Nobody's really been seriously hurt that you can tell at this point, except for the fish guys. So, well, and
I guess that's it.
Perry, which you can't see because he's in the water. No, Perry didn't get hurt. He just got paralyzed.
Yeah. Currently, if I don't succeed that will save, then I will die.
Eventually, yes. I mean, you don't suffocate immediately.
True. I'll start taking some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it though.
Okay. Thorgrun, what you doing, lad?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Am I near enough if I speak loudly that Deshana could hear me if I asked her a question?
Absolutely. Yeah, she's about 20 feet away from you.
Oh, Deshana, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Remember, my character in here is named Talia.
I want to read the screen. Okay, Talia.
All right.
I know you don't know me. I think we should try to save that stupid parrot. Would you like to help me? We need to eliminate those two sea monsters, and if I can get to the side of the boat where the parrot is, I have a rope in my explorer's pack that I can throw down to the parrot. Would you like to work with me to save that stupid bird?
I'll work with you, yes.
Do I hear this?
I hope so.
Actually, make me a perception check, Perry. You are in the water and down 15 feet over the side of the ship, so you might hear it.
And with your mouth in the water, you can't really yell back. So.
Well, besides being paralyzed, you get the gist of it, yeah.
Okay. When I get up, you're not gonna be happy, dude.
That's right. That's how you should respond to someone saving your life. I agree. You should be hostile to them. Well done. That's a real stupid thing to do, parrot.
So basically, that speaking is a free action. So you basically do still have essentially your turn to spend at this point, if you want.
So I want to come right up on this the sea monster between me and Alia, and I have a question about my weaponry. There's an object that I don't know what it is. It's in the list of weapons called a soul forger. What is a soul forger?
A soul forger is basically a I put the description in the. I think I put the description in the treasure section, but it is a warhammer. It is the prototype soul forger. There are many of them in production at this point, but was rumored to have been the weapon the blacksmith's hammer that what's his face, Goldbeard, Drothgar. I think it was Drothgar Goldbeard.
God.
Your god used to basically forge the dwarven race out of the raw ore of the planet. So this is essentially a replica of that. What it does is basically when it strikes a target, it will heat. It will carry the heat of the forge with it, and it will cause additional fire damage to that target.
Excellent. So ordinarily, as a cleric, I wouldn't get quite so violent and aggressive, but because I'm going towards saving a life, I want to get right up close and personal with this sea monster and attempt to attack it with the soul forger.
You're talking about the one that's up by Talia, though, right?
Well, okay. I feel like there's two between me and it, and I'm going to have to take out both of them to get there, right? No?
You should take out the one that's right next to you.
Yeah, the one that's right next to you is the immediate threat, and just...
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I feel like I want to do this, and hopefully... Yeah. Maybe Talia's next turn, Talia takes a piece out of the other one, but maybe I'll get there by my next turn. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so I'm attacking the one that is close to me. Yes.
All right, go for it. Well, that will definitely hit. So that is going to be 13 bludgeoning and 10 fire damage. Yeah, basically, you slam your warhammer in a mighty arc. First of all, I'm gonna say because nothing that was aimed at you would have hit you anyways, because you did click that two-handed. I'm going to say that you basically do not have your shield on at this point, which means your AC is 20 and not 22, which is still pretty darn good.
Sure.
But yeah, anyways, long story short, so you take this mighty two-handed baseball bat swing at this thing. There is a resounding crack as just multiple ribs splinter. Basically, there are, bits of this thing spraying over the deck, and it just slumps to the ground.
On fire on a wooden boat.
Roll me a is not actually on fire, but it is taking some significant burns from this.
I know.
It's an instantaneous fire source. It's not, it's not something you could hold against the boat and catch it on fire. Roll me a perception, though, Ben.
That's right there. Good.
Okay.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's what you see. So at this point, this threat has been dealt with, and you still have your movement left if you want to close with the others.
I want to close with the other one. Obviously, I need to wait for my next turn to attack it.
Right.
But I want to point the Soul Forger at it and say, I'm coming for you next.
All right, go ahead and move your token where you want it to be. Within 20...
I move the token? Cool.
Yep.
I didn't realize. It's awfully cool.
Yeah, just anywhere within 5 squares of you. And it doesn't matter for diagonal. But obviously don't...
And then this guy's toast, right? This guy's toast.
See. 1, 2, 3,
stand there.
4,
Do not
5.
stand there.
What?
Don't stand there. You've got an enemy on both sides.
He's dead.
No,
This
there's...
That's the one I just killed.
No, you just killed this guy over
There's
here.
this guy and that guy that would be flanking you if you moved there.
The thing, verbally, what I was stating was the one I wanted to kill was this one. One that's right beneath where I am. That is what I verbally said I was trying to kill.
Okay.
You said you were...
You should not attack that one. You should attack this one, because if you do not, it will attack you.
Yeah, if you move out of its threatened square, then it will take an attack of opportunity against you. We can retroactively have that happen.
I don't... Yes, what I intended was to move from here to attack the thing that is right above the... so between where I am now and the red X, that is what I had...
Okay,
perceived.
so this guy is still up at what he was then, which is good because I forgot to mark him dead. This guy, let's see. So you did how many damage? Same scenario, except this guy is still... Wait, hang on. Let me see which guy that is. That is... Yeah, that's that guy. Actually, yes, you do kill him.
Okay.
So let me mark him dead.
And now,
hang on. I need to go through this retroactive attack against you, which is probably going to miss anyway.
I'm aware that there's a risk, but I believe in order to play lawful good properly, I can't be afraid of getting hurt in the line of helping someone.
Okay.
Sure. Sure, yeah. No, he bounces his spear handily off of your armor anyways, so you're good there. And let's see, that is probably it for your turn, huh?
Yes. That was awesome, by the way.
That was very awesome. Talia, what you doing?
Talia, what do you got?
Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration to... What was his name again?
Thorgrim.
To Thorgrim. Thorgrim, yeah.
So Ben, Bardic Inspiration, within a minute, you can, after you have rolled any d20 roll, which is more or less anything that you can roll, you can then choose to add 1d8 onto it, if you think that'll make the difference between succeeding or failing. Oh, it's a d8 at this level for you, isn't it?
What was that?
I'm asking Talia for clarification. Is it a d8 at your level?
Bardic Inspiration.
You're straight bard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would be a d8.
Yeah, you're right.
So I will try to remember to remind you of that, but know that that's there if you need to, if you feel like you messed up a roll and you don't want to mess up, then go ahead and spend that.
Thank you.
And then, so that was your bonus action. What are you doing with the rest of your stuff?
Attacking this guy with my spear.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
There we go.
Yeah, you stabbed this guy. He's already cut up pretty bad from the gash in his back and the damage that he took from the daggers. He's basically got cuts all over him. But you jab it basically into his belly, pull it out. He just basically slumps over. Actually, let me roll something. Yeah, he slumps to the deck, just completely bleeding on the ground. That's that immediate threat dealt with. Now you've got Perry in the water. Speaking of which, Perry, make me a wisdom save. You are still unconscious.
Yeah,
So you are not taking any negative effects at this point, but you are still floating and motionless. You're aware of what's going on around you, but you can't move, you can't speak.
So even though is the guy that cast it on me dead though?
Oh, hang on. Is that concentration? Let me check. That is a very good thought. That is a concentration. So yeah, you actually are... You're in the water and able to move.
All right. I flap my wings and fly back up, landing on the deck and firing a shot straight at the other one. The other one with clothes.
If you're firing it from there, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Also, I'm going to count getting out of the water as being half your movement, but I think you still have enough left to get there.
If I'm flying?
Your fly speed is 50, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, you got plenty of space to get to either of those squares.
Okay, so, could I get here, actually?
Yes, but same issue with being next to an enemy.
Yeah. But I can shoot this guy and I'll be fine. I don't think I need to worry too much about this guy attacking me.
Well, it's not that he's going to attack you, it's just that you're going to be more likely to miss because of the distraction.
So I'm shooting at this guy.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a shot with disadvantage.
Okay. And that's both, and I'm gonna have to reload next time.
Oh, and that is a natural 1 on the attack roll, which means all kinds of good things happen. First of all, let's roll for severity on that.
Oh, fudge. Oh, no.
Okay, and then...
my gun explodes.
Let me see if I was smart and put the actual requisite information in your sheet. Misfire 1. Alright, I need to open that up real quick, apparently.
Ah, fudge.
You brought fudge?
No. But I have my chocolate.
Did you bring enough to share with the class?
No, I already ate it.
Alright.
There's Silver Hospital.
Also, while I'm coming up, I'm gonna yell at you. I am not an idiot bird. I am Captain Perry, and you will respect me.
Okay, so attack misses and the weapon cannot be used again until you spend it. You need to spend an action to try to repair the thing first of all. That's the normal results of your misfire 1 weapon. However, the result of that 1 in 400 chance of the natural 1 on top of a natural 1, both barrels explode in your face. You take, I'm going to say the damage is the same, so you're going to take basically 13, but this is fire damage. Both of those rounds are considered spent and useless. You're going to have to use your action to clear them out and get your weapon working again. And if you don't succeed, then it will be... If you don't succeed, it will be unusable for the rest of the combat, essentially.
Okay, so,
I love this. Indignant Bird gets it. I'll have you know I'm Captain Perry. Elmer Fudd, blackface. I mean, Felmer Udd, the non-copyright infringement version.
No, it would be more like, I have you know, I am Captain Perry, and you will respect.
R for reload.
All right, is that
Please
it
tell
for
me
your?
someone
Is
got
that it
that.
for your turn, Perry?
Yeah, I guess because I can't do anything else. I can't start repairing it.
All right. That said, this guy is going to go below decks.
Ah, shit.
And let's see, do we have any other ones of those? That is it for
What
them.
about the crew? What happened to the crew?
The crew is... So basically what I'm putting out here is kind of a microcosm because this is a massive... There's a swarm of these things essentially attacking the ship. These are just the ones that are directly engaging where you guys are. So the crew is busy elsewhere, is the long and short of it.
Okay.
So did you just say that one of the sea monsters went below decks?
One of the sea monsters should go below decks, yes.
Okay, so we're going to burn the ship then, right?
That's a great idea.
It would solve the sea monster problem quickly.
Oh, I just got an idea to that I would actually totally do as him, as basically a bonus action, summoning my rat and telling him to, and psychically telling him to go rob people.
Oh.
Using commotion to your advantage at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if I should do that now or if I should do that later. What do you think, Jay?
Hang on one second. I'm rolling something that's happening off camera.
Okay.
All right. So sorry, what was that?
So I just came up with this idea that I would summon my rat to go start stealing from people during all of this commotion as basically a bonus action.
Can you do that as a bonus action? I mean summon it?
He's just in his other dimension or whatever.
Is that really a bonus action to do?
I think so. It might be an actual action, though.
Most of that type of things are actual actions, but it might be. Let me take a look. Familiar. As an action while it's temporarily dismissed, yeah, it's an action.
Okay. So I'll have to summon him again if I want to do that, unfortunately. And I'll have to spend an action to do that.
Okay. So let's see. That was. Did I get all of these guys? Yes, I got all those guys. Now let's go to these other guys. So we have this guy.
Great.
This guy has sensed blood in your feathers now that you've blown some bits of shrapnel into yourself. So he is going to. And why does this keep dinging on me? Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. He will go ahead and bite at you and spear at you.
And neither of them hit. Unless they're at advantage, which I don't think
they are not at advantage, no. This guy is... He's actually a little bit shaken by the loud explosion that happened right next to him. So, you know, you see he's kind of like wobbling a little bit, like kind of his inner ears are messed with, and he just kind of like bites in between you and the half-elf guy and then just kind of sticks his spear like over on the other side of you, trying to compensate and overdoing it. Let's see, that was him. We got these three. He sees what Anana is doing. He doesn't like it. So he's going to go ahead and move up there and attack Anana. Does an 11 hit you, Anana? Probably not. Vanessa, you there? Never mind, it does not.
Yeah, what happened? I'm sorry.
You have a fish guy in the face that basically tried to bite at your neck and just like completely you dodged out of the way, and then he basically tried to stick a spear at you and you basically deflected it with a violin bow.
Nice.
So with that, it is your turn.
Is it my turn?
Oh wait, hang on. I didn't do these two. Give me 1 second here. This guy. Let's see. I didn't do either of those three. This guy. He's going to disappear into this convenient door here. And these two. Yeah, this one's going to actually move over there and attack Talia. Okay, now we have a crit to deal with, so let's roll.
Those hit.
All right, Talia, you basically get like this barbed spear in the shoulder. You're very familiar with the nastiness that is barbed spears. Basically hooks in your flesh, and as he pulls it out, you're actually pulled over into this square here. You do take... does a 15 hit you? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the bite that hit you. Never mind. I'm going to...
Yeah, the 15 hit, but I know that bite hit.
The bite hit. Yeah, what happens then? He basically bites like right into your bicep, and you basically feels like he got a nerve or something. Your hand is sluggish. You're going to be at disadvantage to any dex checks involving your. I'll go. Left is odds, right is even. Into your right. Yeah, so any dex checks involving your right hand until you receive some healing are going to be at disadvantage. That includes any finesse attack rolls.
All right.
Oh,
but you are taking a total of 6 plus 2, so a total of 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, I already.
Okay.
Put it on
Didn't know if you got that or not.
Yeah, I did.
Let's see. And this guy is not gone yet. This guy is going to actually head up. So we'll put him over here. With that... No, we didn't actually do your turn yet, did we? No, we didn't. So go ahead.
Let's do this one to the guy that's like directly in front of me that tried to bite me.
Sorry, which one are you doing?
Psychic Blades.
That is an effect that will take effect when you hit something. So you're gonna go. You probably should go ahead and roll an attack first.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, this is like a sneak attack effect, sort of. It's you add it on to damage that your weapon is dealing. But you have to hit first. These guys don't seem to be that hard to hit, though.
How do I roll an attack?
So basically, if you go to your weapons, which is kind of right above where your inventory is in the middle of your sheet, on the core page, then you should using your rapier take it.
Yeah, I think so.
To go ahead and just click whatever weapon it is you're using in that list, and it should go ahead and roll the attack and damage for you. Okay, just hits. So you deal 6 piercing damage, and then you want to go ahead and add Psychic Blades onto that?
Yeah.
So you're going to spend a Bardic Inspiration point to do that, and it will do... So that's 6 piercing plus 8 psychic. This is number... That's a fresh one, I believe. So that's a total of 14. Okay. Do a nasty wound, and it looks like he's kind of shaking his head like, like there's just some terror going on there. Okay, that's what happens. He is still standing, but he is, bleeding badly from a gut wound.
Okay. No, probably. I don't know.
I'm not sure you have much left you can do unless you want to risk moving out of his threat range. Or I guess you could use bonus action to give bardic inspiration to somebody if you wanted to.
Oh, I do have healing hands.
Healing hands or healing words?
Healing
Healing hands is your racial ability. It's basically something that Asimars get because they're so connected to the upper planes.
Yeah, I'll just kind of move her up a bit.
Okay.
Sure.
You mean toward the prow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and why don't you go ahead and do it on this map here, starting from basically this square. Just so you can. And this guy is not here, by the way. I just put him there to be out of the way. I'll put him here instead.
No, you're good. I just gotta move my screen over.
So, in that case,
this is being such a pain in the ass.
In that case, he will go ahead and try to spear at you, and you will get hit for 4 piercing damage as you move away from him.
Can I get rid of this fucking... I can't even fucking move my screen right now.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Literally just trying to move this shit so that I can actually see
By the way,
fucking map.
If you don't already, there should be a button in the upper right corner of your character sheet that lets you open it in a separate window. That helps a ton.
And now the map is just completely gone. Okay.
Really?
Hold on.
That may be a connection issue then. Thorgrim, we're down to you again.
Yes.
That was not a dwarf joke.
Thank you. Main thing I want to do is heal her. That's something clerics can do, right?
Absolutely. I believe you have healing word prepared, which is a bonus action, which means you can actually do that and attack or whatever with your action.
Okay, very good. So what I want... Okay, let me say to Talia first, I know we didn't succeed at rescuing the dumb parrot. I really appreciate you helping me. That was very unselfish of you. Let me see here. And then that's okay. Bonus actions. Where will I find healing word?
Oh, it would be in your spells, first level. So if you go to the basically on the near the top of the page, there's a bunch of tabs that says Core Bio Spells. Just click on the spell tab, and that will take you to all your magic stuff. And then if you go to the first level spells, you can actually click on the spell, and it will link it in chat. Or hopefully, if I did it right, it will link it in chat.
Healing word. Do I cast at level 1? It's asking me what level.
So basically, with healing word, its base level is 1, which means it's going to heal 1d4 plus your modifier. Every higher level that you cast it at, which you can cast it up to level 3, I believe, at this point. No, I think you can cast up to 4, actually. So basically, but every additional level will add a d4 to that healing. So you could potentially be doing 4d4 plus your wisdom modifier.
How many hit points did Talia lose?
Talia, rough description of how wounded you are. We don't do numbers.
There's nerve damage. Nerve damage is pretty bad, right?
There is nerve damage for sure.
Yes.
I'm going to go with 3.
Okay. Is that right? Oh, I see. Yeah, the higher level is 5. So that's a total of 12 points of healing, Talia. And you're no longer at disadvantage with your right hand.
All right.
I want to move into position to assault this guy right here.
Okay.
Also want to make him kind of angry because I think since he already injured Talia, he's annoyed that Talia is not wounded anymore, and I think I want him to assault me if he's going to assault somebody. Pretty sure I have a higher armor class.
Okay.
So, and I'm just going to, let me get that, use that Soul Forger again.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. That is unfortunately going to miss.
Oh, yeah. Remember, I gave him Bardic Inspiration so he could use the die.
That's true. I shouldn't have told you that was going to miss, but you may go ahead and roll the Bardic Inspiration if you like.
Okay, now where is that?
You would just /R space 1d8.
Where?
In the chat. In the Roll20 chat. Or there's a dice tab to the left of the screen that you can use. It looks like a d20.
You just have to do D8. You just have to go down to D8.
Okay, so yeah, that will actually make the difference. So you hit him for 6 bludgeoning and 10 fire damage, and this guy is
dead.
Yeah.
Is what?
Basically, slammed down on this guy, and he's basically starting to smolder. He's got broken bones, and he slumps to the ground.
Okay. That was fun, guys.
And all right. So that said, we're back. We're back to you, Talia.
Let's see.
Oh.
Move up here and try to attack this guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. That will be, yes, that will hit him for 9.
And I'm going to use my extra attack to try and hit him again.
No, you won't, because you dropped him with that hit.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, he was already pretty badly wounded.
I didn't know he was that hurt.
Yeah, he had been hit once or twice before pretty handily. These guys are not all that super strong.
Yeah, I mean, if he was still up, I would have used the extra attack, though.
Yeah. And let's see, you have moved 1, 2. You have just enough movement to get up next to this guy if you want to attack him.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
So go ahead and roll it. 7 piercing damage on him. Put a nasty hole in this thing, but it is still standing. This one also was previously wounded.
Which one?
The one that you just hit.
Okay.
All right. Perry, it's up to you.
I'm going to repair my weapon.
Fair enough. So go ahead and... Was I smart enough to keep this open? Yes, I was. So you need to make a Tinker's Tool check. If you don't already have it linked, it's a dexterity roll.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I think it's an let's call it an intelligence roll.
Okay, so that was what again? Oh, Tinker's Tools.
Tinker's
I don't
Tools.
have those yet.
Okay,
I don't
so
have those in.
roll. You have proficiency in them, though, right? Yeah, you have to with the gunslinger. So you need to roll a d20 plus 3 plus your intelligence modifier.
So add 3 to this because it's intelligence.
Unfortunately, wait, hang on. DC equal to 8 plus misfire. Oh no, you're good. You managed to clear it out. All right, I thought the DC was a lot higher than that.
So 13.
So your weapon is functional. Those 2 rounds are obviously spent and useless, but yeah, your weapon is functional now.
Okay. And I don't think I have anything else that I can do, except for maybe I can fly up to get in front of this guy. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to fly up in front of him so that basically we'll have flanking on him for the next turn.
Just for sake of clarity, can you move yourself here on the map?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but it's going to mess with me if I don't see you there. And actually, the next one over, so you're diagonal.
Okay.
That's what'll give you a flank, and you're up from him also, because he's a little bit higher than she is. The joys of 3-dimensional movement on a 2-dimensional map.
Yep. Aren't you glad that I chose a flying character for my first class? Or for my new character.
All right. So you hear basically from below decks, again, the sound of a conch shell. And you see basically these guys starting to emerge. Talia, you get an attack of opportunity on this guy as he moves past you, if you want it.
I'll take it, yeah.
Okay, and that is there. That's 8 piercing damage on him. So again, a hefty hole, but he is still standing, and he jumps over the side and kind of disappears into the water. Let's see who else we got here. That's a deep caller. Are the rest of them gone? Oh, what we got? Oh, these, I forgot about those guys. We'll just say they ran away. You really feared him good, apparently. This guy.
He's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be very afraid.
So now we just have to take down this last guy.
Unfortunately, you spent your attack of opportunity as this other guy moves past you and jumps overboard.
What about the guy that we're currently surrounding?
Well, we'll deal with him when his turn comes. His turn is coming around now. He is actually going to slash at you, Perry, because he knows that running away is not in his best interest. I believe both of those miss.
Yep.
Okay. Now for the other guys. Basically, long story short, I don't think anybody's in a position to attack these guys, but these guys basically all come out from their various places that they've gone on the ship, and they jump overboard, the ones that are still alive. Combat is over at the... Oh, wait, no. Combat is not over. You still got that one to deal with.
Okay.
Plus, remember, this guy here, all he did was grab his bow. He hasn't attacked.
That's true. At least he's been shooting and connecting with some of the ones that you are not engaged with, because he's a ranged guy. Anyway, Shauna, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to hit him, obviously.
All right, go for it.
And he's probably dead.
And that guy is... Yep, that's the killing blow. He slumps over.
And I'm gonna land then.
So yeah, the deck is awash with messy, fishy guts and blood. And some of your guys' blood as well.
Oh, man.
Once, when nobody's looking at me, I'm gonna release my rat to basically start going and doing his robbery.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Okay. Where? There you are. Pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. See if anybody notices. Unfortunately.
Does that mean we have
Okay,
to roll perception?
no, if you like to roll, if you want to roll perception, you may. I'm just rolling for the ship in general, noticing. So that is going to be appropriately enough. The half-elven gentleman with the big mustache and the pipe looks over at you and says, "I say, what are you doing with that rodent, dear sir?" He kind of starts to approach you.
I'm sending him out to scout to see if there's any other Tahagan.
Roll me a deception, please.
Good thing I have good deception as well. Not as good, but still good deception.
I need to see what his modifier is. Did I close him? I probably closed him. And that will be an insight for him. Okay, that's that. Now, good sir, I am not one to accuse you of common skullduggery, but it appears to me you may not be telling us the entire truth. Yes.
Well, I mean, he is scouting. That's the simple fact. Scouting for different things. It's not super important. Don't worry, it's not stealing. As I secretly basically tell the rat to just look around, don't steal anything.
Roll me a deception at a disadvantage, please.
I don't know what to actually have it do to say about this because he's. I mean, it's better.
It's
what
not.
The fudge is his insight? What the frell?
He's rolling pretty good. I'm not going to tell you what his insight is, but it is a positive modifier. Good sir, perhaps we should go speak to the crew about this this little rodent friend of yours. Rumph.
Frell.
I just look over at the guy. I'm just like, no, he helped in the battle. We've been through enough. Besides, I'm not sure how hurt he is.
Roll me your perception or persuasion, please, Talia.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He kind of looks between the two of you for a moment. Well, I would never be one to naysay the insight of a fair maiden such as yourself. Perhaps we shall let this one slide for the moment. Jolly good show there, fellow. He kind of extends a hand to shake your, at this point, kind of powder-burned and bloody talon.
I shake his hand anyways, I guess.
He does the, like, rigorous pumping handshake, like, not pulling your arm off, but, you know, like he could.
You know what? I'm actually gonna do the detect. While he's doing this, I'm gonna activate the detect magic part of the eye.
Okay.
Because I'm curious if there's any magic around here right now.
So you're closing your right eye, your normal eye, and you're doing the detect magic effect. There is. Tully, I don't know if you ever figured out your magic item situation, but you were probably glowing from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely your thing is the magic item we discussed. Where is that on your person? Is that like a pendant thing?
Yeah, it's a pendant. She has to wear that around her neck mostly.
Okay, so yeah, you see that basically a necklace that is on Talia is glowing. You see, let's see, the range of that is 30 feet? Something like that?
I don't know how much it is on this.
It's the same as the spell.
Yeah, so I'd have to look up the spell.
I'm doing it right now. No, not dispel. I want detect magic. What am I doing?
I don't have that.
Okay, within 30 feet of you. So it's concentration up to 10 minutes. So that is... one, two... Oh, you wouldn't sense him because he is behind a bunch of wood from you at this point. Yeah, that is what you sense at this point. There doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't seem to be anything on the actual fishmen that's magical.
Anything on the? So there's nothing on the guy either.
Which guy? Oh, on. Let's see. Is there anything on him? His bow is glowing.
So I'm actually going to ask him. Quick question. What's with the magic bow?
I see you are a perceptive young lad, yes? It is, call it part of the heritage of my noble and forthright upbringing. A token of passage, as it were. Yes, with this very bow here, I have brought down many of the beasts that few have seen and possibly a few have never heard of.
Try me.
Have you ever heard of a chimera, my friend?
Faced a few in my time.
Yes, I... After wounding it and it me, I lost my bow, wrestled the chimera to the ground with my bare hands. Its 3 heads now adorn my mantelpiece, if I do say so myself. I'm kind of...
I want to know if he's bullshitting me.
Roll me an insight. He seems to be, while embellishing a bit, there seems to be a core of truth to the tale.
Okay.
He's like, typical braggart, big game hunter,
Okay. Impressive.
Yeah.
Most impressive.
Yes, I understand Lazmir is home to many such beasts, while even the waters around them are home to the mighty dragon turtle. Have you heard of this beast?
I have heard of it. Unfortunately, I've never seen one.
Oh, most ferocious and mighty beast to be. Truth be told, it could snap of this very ship in half with one snap of its jaws. If we're lucky, we may run into one. Eh? He kind of gives you the elbow to the ribs, which kind of hurts.
Well, I'm guessing I'm still close enough. I haven't moved yet, so I'm still close enough to hear all this. Obviously, my character knows about the dragon turtles, I assume.
You know about dragon turtles, yeah. They are fearsome beasts. Basically, when the underwater races, when they see a dragon turtle coming, they head the opposite direction. Well, they're not known to be particularly aggressive unless provoked. It's just best not to take chances. It's like dealing with an elephant.
Well, we probably ought to speak with the captain anyways to know what the whole situation is with these Sahagin.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess it would be common enough knowledge you would know what they are. These are Sahagin. Yes, they are. For those not in the know out of character, these are fish-like humanoids with an affinity for sharks. Hate sea elves with a passion, and vice versa, actually. Yeah, that's pretty much what you know about them. Talia, however, roll me a religion check, please, or straight intelligence if you don't have it.
No, I'm not skilled in that. So intelligence then?
Intelligence check, yeah. Okay.
That's
See
better
how
than I
much
thought
you
we'd get.
succeed on that. It's average, but basically will tell you a lot. So first of all, the thing that strikes you about these Sahagin, now that the heat of battle has died down, normally Sahagin priests, the basically religious, the priest caste are all female, and they basically are the servants of the shark mother goddess. Some of these robed figures were male, and notably the symbol that's hanging from their spear is not the symbol of the shark goddess. You recognize, based on just something you happen to run across in your adventures, this is actually the symbol of, I need to look up the name. That's an odd name for a god, I realize. Do I have that one open? Probably don't.
So, question: can Inanna start dragging one of the fish monsters across the floor back to the prow of the ship?
You get stopped pretty shortly by the crew. Like, what are you doing?
Arts and crafts.
Please let us handle that. We don't know what these things may be carrying. We wouldn't want to risk the life and limb of the passengers.
You don't know what I'm carrying.
Roll me an intimidation check, please. No, that's not the one I want. Inanna, I will get right back to you. I want to continue the thought that I was on. So basically, Talia, you recognize, based on something you just happened to run across in an obscure text somewhere, this is it's a black spiral. Looks like it's carved from something resembling ebony, but obviously not ebony because they wouldn't really have access to it underwater. But this is apparently the symbol of Quelvar Shanuth, who is the elder god of madness and the beyond.
This is odd.
So, anyways, back to the intimidation here. Let's roll. All right. He kind of basically, this crewman kind of jumps back. He's like, whatever you say, madam, enjoy your stay. And kind of like quickly shuffles away and leaves you to your business. Meanwhile, crewmen are basically dumping these bodies overboard, swabbing up the blood that's on the decks, basically trying to clean up the ship and repair any damage that's been done to the vessel, as well as rushing some wounded to the medics for attention.
While the crew are throwing the bodies over, I'm going to tell them, wait, we should probably check them. I saw that one of them had something similar to a tapeworm. We might want to check what that is.
They got worms? Well, all the more reason to toss them back in the sea, if you ask me.
But if it could be something dangerous, and we need to know what it is. Otherwise, it might. If we don't know what it is, then it might send us. Then it might attack us without us knowing. We should keep one, and study it.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay, persuasion. That was bad.
Your words do have the ring of truth. But, lads, hold on to one of these. One of the less wounded, preferably. We'll ask Captain how to deal with them. And so they basically they find the least mangled of the bodies, and they basically kind of like wrap it up in like a spare sailcloth kind of thing, and basically start hauling it away. So Inanna, where on the ship are you dragging this body to?
Right about.
Sorry, if you pointed there somewhere, I was zoomed out in and couldn't see it.
Like, kind of keeping myself away.
You just dragging it up to the prow of the ship?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna slice it open.
Okay, you know there's people around here, right? I mean, you've got, crew and lookouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so she's not a stealthy rogue like me.
No, apparently she is more of a bloodthirsty rogue.
Yeah, and the whole point of this situation isn't to be, like, stealthy. I'm not trying to hide anything. I already carry around a bone violin. Like,
and you
there's
can't...
nothing stealthy about the fact that I enjoy dead things. Like,
yeah. So that said, you're, I would assume, using your dagger because it's got a better edge to it, and it is as far as cutting things surgically, is a better instrument than your rapier, right?
yes.
Okay, so you start cutting into this. You do. Actually, I need you to roll me an initiative, please. Just you.
This is all you did.
I don't think I have an issue.
Everyone has initiative.
Some people less than others.
Hang on, I'm gonna make a quick hidden area here because I don't want to reveal what you're rolling against just yet. Whoops, did not want to do that. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just do this backwards. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. Now everything's revealed. Okay, now I can hide an area. Like so. All right.
What's in that blank space?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I wrote the initiative.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to roll initiative for it, but in order to do that, I needed a token on the map, which is hence the blank space. All right, so oh shoot, except I didn't do that. Okay, let's just get everybody else off the list. Did you?
See what it is.
Okay, and I need to change your score. All right, so basically, as you're cutting into this, you see again, like what looks like, well, not again. This is the first time for you, but what looks like this, like large, like leeches, kind of dark black worms, kind of oozing, undulating through this corpse. You see basically they start all at once moving, and just this massive creature starts pushing its way out of the fishman's mouth, and you see this thing right in front of you.
Oh.
Yeah. So you are first on the initiative order. So what do you do, Inanna?
Think to it.
Would animal handling fall into this?
Roll me a knowledge nature, and I'll tell you the answer.
Knowledge nature. Did you say roll in nature?
Roll a nature, yeah. Sorry, I'm stuck in 3.5. It's not knowledge nature anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, you've heard of serpent tamers, and worms are kind of like snakes, so maybe.
Or I could just. Ooh, or investigation. I might lead to something relaxing.
Investigation is not something you can do in combat rounds, basically.
Wait, let me just take a closer look.
Yeah, let me spend 10 minutes researching, looking at this creature from every angle while it's attacking me.
I just
Kill it.
stab at a cat evilly in the face with my dagger.
You can definitely attack it. You have your dagger in hand, so
Yeah, do I just hit dagger?
just hit dagger, yep. Oh, I should put this thing next to you now. So, let's see. That does hit it for 5 piercing damage. It oozes a little bit, almost like it looks almost like just more of the slime that's covering this thing. It kind of oozes out, but it's a little bit thicker and grayer in color. You think you've injured it. And
Do we hear this battle going on?
when this round concludes, I will allow people to make perception checks.
Okay.
And its turn. Let's see, what do you do? All right, so it is going to basically swipe at you with these kind of clawed tentacles. Wow, it is rolling well. I take it a 22 hits you, so that's going to be a total of 18 plus 8 is 26 piercing damage. And then, as it connects with these tentacles, it's going to try to wrap its way around you and constrict you. Does a 14 hit you?
Fuck.
Does it?
Huh?
Does a 14 hit you?
8.
8.
8 piercing the target.
Oh, if a 14 hits, yeah, you're taking 8 piercing damage and you're grappled. So basically that means you can't move on your own. And you need to make me a Constitution saving throw. You are poisoned for 1 hour, and until the poison ends, you're unconscious. At this point, everyone else can make perception checks.
Okay, let's go save her.
Oh, Talia.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh, and mine was bad too.
Yeah, Talia, you are basically distracted by what you think might be sounds of more fishmen coming up, but it turns out it's just like a manta ray kind of surfacing beside the ship.
I find it funny that the only person that's going to hear this is frickin' Ben.
Yeah, that's it's impressively accurate. It's your dwarven ears pick up the sounds of conflict coming up from the prow of the ship. So at this point, Ben, you can select your token and roll me initiative.
He's gonna let me die.
I'm going to heal you if I can. If that's all right with you.
Oh, fudge.
Okay, so let's put this back in order. Oops, I forgot to put it in order to begin with. But so Inanna is unconscious. This thing. Okay, this definitely counts. Yeah, this being basically, you're not aware of this, of course, because you're unconscious, Inanna, but it basically slithers its way into your mouth and inhabits your body. You're still unconscious, though. But yeah, when you wake up, it's going to feel weird. With that, we're to Thorgrin.
Question is, how are we going to get this thing out of her?
Question is, who's going to know what's inside of her?
Good point.
And these things aren't magical, so...
Okay. So you told me I'm aware. I heard the noise, right?
You heard the noise of conflict,
So how
yes.
close can I get to her?
So you can move 25 feet, which is 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will get you right in front of the ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You basically would require 3 movement actions to get there. So on one turn, you could double move and get most of the way there. You definitely would be able to see her at that point. But it would be another turn before you're able to actually... I guess if you do your bonus action, you could heal her on the first turn.
Okay, so disappeared again. Let me see here. I'm right there. So I need to take that over to... Okay, it's not... That's annoying. Okay.
Oh, let me get rid of all these things, by the way, because they're gone.
It's okay. I need to learn how to do things.
Yeah, no, I'm just decluttering my map. Don't worry about me.
That's what she said. Yeah. How close do I get?
So basically, you would end up... Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you would basically end up right... You would end up right about here.
Okay.
And your healing is ranged, so you can easily hit her with it.
Okay. So that's my number one goal, although at some point I should try to assault it. I think it's my moral obligation to attempt to heal her first. So spells, right?
Yeah. Spells and then click healing word. Now remember, while you've heard sounds of a conflict up here, as you get up onto the prow, what you see is a partially dissected fishman, and you see Inanna lying on the ground unconscious.
Should I roll perception first? Or should I just go for it?
What are you attempting to roll perception for?
I don't know. Your tone told me maybe I should be cautious about what I'm entering.
Well, I'm just saying that don't metagame it too much, because what I've described to Vanessa, nobody knows about.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
you heard sounds of conflict, but you don't know necessarily what happened.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Sorry, you played into their hands, unfortunately. Okay.
I was just having fun.
So you're going to heal for 16 points of damage, Nana.
Okay.
You do notice that Thorgrin, I'm going to give you this one without a check, that normally when people are unconscious from battle and you heal them, they wake up immediately. Inanna does not wake up immediately.
That is troubling.
Ugh.
Should we roll our perception again?
I'm going to say, I mean, based on the fact that you see this dwarf barreling to the prow with determination, that you probably know there's something going on up there.
All right. So should we do our initiatives, or should we just go up there?
Just go up there at this point.
Okay. What's going on?
Maybe I should answer you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that
Looks
can.
like when I got here, She was like this. Healed her, but she hasn't woken up yet.
I'm going to activate my.
What was that?
I'm gonna do my eye thing again then.
You detect magic?
Yeah, see if I can spot anything and to see if I can while I'm examining her. To see if maybe I can figure something out.
Do not spot anything magical about. Well, actually, take that back. The violin is magical. And what else did we give her? I forget.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm dead.
You're not dead. You may wish you were dead, but you're not dead.
I already wish I was dead outside of D&D.
Sorry, I didn't mean to gross you out, but you happen to be the one that did this, so.
You didn't even let him take me out on a date first.
Dude, the body? The other body?
Sorry, I'm having trouble with Roll20 again. Let me reload. What was the question?
Do I see the other body?
The fishman body?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure you do. Yeah, it looks like basically a fairly amateur dissection job and incomplete.
All right. I'm gonna yell to them, get a doctor. I'm gonna try and use Mage Hand to get whatever it is out, but I need a doctor. I need a doctor's help.
You did see them, so it's a reasonable assumption, I guess.
Were you asking to get a doctor?
Either one of you.
Okay, I think you're the fastest because you have wings.
I'm also
maybe
the only one
Mage
with Mage Hand.
fastest.
I can actually I can handle this, and if I need to, I can chill it, whatever it is.
Well, I'm suggesting it's Talia because she's faster than me. I'm sure of it.
I'll do my best.
I weigh about 3 times as much as she does.
Of course, I am going to run off and try to get a doctor.
Okay, you run off. Basically, this is going to take you obviously a few minutes in all the commotion. The whole ship's in an uproar with the unexpected attack, and people were woken up in the middle of the night, and nightmarish creatures, etc. But you do find there's basically a medic station, which I think I forgot to put on this map, but it's there. Well, they're not doctors necessarily. They have some medical training. They're more used to treating cuts and scrapes, broken bones, mild cases of scurvy, that sort of thing. But what seems to be the trouble, miss?
Someone's been injured at the prow of the ship. We need help.
Many have been injured. Vanessa, Sigrid, the man kind of like directs some of the other medics. You handle the triage here. I will go and see what can be done for this poor soul, and he will go with you.
Of course, you're running back with him.
So I'm gonna be sent. So while she's doing this, I'm going to be keeping her mouth open while sending the magic hand in to try and see if I can find it. I'm doing it cautiously.
Beyond that's
no boundaries to my personal space.
That's beyond the limits of what Mage Hand can do. Unfortunately, it needs to be line of sight for one thing. And this thing is basically a magical force the size of a hand. You would do some damage to her trying to cram it down her throat.
Okay, so never mind. So, do I at least can I at least see it if I look down her throat?
Roll me a perception.
Please be a good perception. Please be a good perception. Obviously, I have both eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
I would be really.
You do not see anything out of the ordinary.
Shnikey. That was such a bad roll. Probably by this time the doctor would have arrived.
Yeah, it's a couple minutes later, yeah, the medic does arrive. Oh dear. Did she collapse? Doesn't seem to be gravely injured. He kind of carefully cradles her head and starts examining the body.
And while the doctor is taking care of it, I'm gonna say to Talia, I hate to do this again, but could you please go and find those guards that took away the other Sahagin body and tell them not to cut it open. Throw it overboard now.
Rush to find them.
All right. This is going to be a little bit more involved. Roll me a investigation check, because you're not sure exactly where they've gone to.
Investigation. Ooh, I don't have good investigation, but let's hope they get a good roll.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah. It takes
If
you.
somebody just like force feeds me charcoal, will it come out of my system? That's what happened when I drank my dad's cologne.
One way to find out, but that's for them to decide in character. So basically, at the point where you find the guards that have taken the body away, or the crewmen rather, that have taken the body away. They are basically kind of like just chatting to each other, essentially, like sitting outside the chamber. Or not sitting, but it's like standing outside of a chamber, like, just kind of like, what was that? It's Steve, I don't know. It was crazy.
Steve.
Steve the crewman, obviously. Crewman Steve. Able crewman Steve. Not to be confused with Steve Crewman Abel.
If and when Anana wakes up, she's going to stab Steve, just for funsies.
Actually, you are waking up right about now. But, of course, some time has passed, so if other folks want to be doing stuff in the meantime, they certainly can.
Just my get to the crewman, and I'm just like, the body, where is it?
Right in there. It's wrapped it up, and we're waiting for the medics to have a look at it.
No.
Obviously, they've been. No. Why not?
Cut it open.
It's just a fish, man. I mean, it's not like they got souls, eh? Hey, Steve.
Throw it overboard as quick as possible.
I don't think that's a good idea, says the other guard, or the other crewman. Steve, I guess. Steve says this.
It is.
Why do you say that?
Because whatever was seen in them, I think one is loose. And if not loose, it's gotten to someone.
Whatever is in them. You speak as though they have some sort of disease.
I assume what's it called? I assume Perry told us what he saw in the thing.
Yeah, I would have.
Some type of worm. If it was within the one that we saw, it's within all of them, and chances are once it's cut open, it comes out and goes after whoever's closest. My guess is that's what happened.
Sounds like old wives' tales to me. And the other guy says, Steve, don't you think it feels kind of creepy keeping this thing on board anyways. Why don't we just dump it with the rest and call it a day? And they, at this point, kind of like start not arguing, but having a bit of a heated discussion over it.
We need to get rid of it before. We need to get rid of it, and we cannot cut it open.
Roll me a persuasion check, please. I will roll something for Steve. Steve.
Persuasion, you said, right?
Yep.
Oh, that was bad.
Well, it's better not to have this thing stinking up the ship. Perhaps we should throw it overboard. It's like, yeah, I've been telling you that, Steve. Come on, let's do it. And they basically go into the chamber, drag this body out, dump it over.
Thank you.
So, meanwhile, back at the prow of the ship, if no one, basically the medic is, performing a thorough examination. The medic seems convinced that it was some sort of poison that caused.
And I'm telling her what I saw before from the Sahagin as well, just so that she's aware. I'm not certain exactly what it was, but it looked like a tapeworm.
Tapeworm, you say? And this, which was in its intestines?
Yes. And that one doesn't have it.
I'm not certain I catch your meaning.
If she's not waking up, it means that whatever was in that one is now in her, because he healed her. And she would have woken up by now.
Healed her? You are a servant of the gods, then. She looks over to Thorgrim.
Oh yes, I heard you say that. Okay. Of the proper and correct dwarfish forge god, yes.
Of course, I'm not here to squabble over the finer points of your noble religion, good sir. What's your take on this creature that the parrot man is describing?
I think there is something evil here, and I think we need to destroy it while trying to save this fragile and irritating young woman's life.
Shut the fuck up.
And you know what? Just for the sake of humor, right then, Anana, you wake up. Just to hear that.
I hear what he says.
You hear what he says. Now, you feel weird. I mean, it's like you're not in pain or anything, but you can feel like there's something inside you, and it's like in the spaces between your muscles and in your guts, and yeah, it's nasty.
Jitters. Okay.
And you hear in your mind a whisper, "Do as I say, if you wish to live."
When I wake up, I immediately say, oh gosh, I had like a phrase in my mind and then it left me. I say, "Palo, you all, get away from me. I'm fine." And when I hear the whisper, I start to reach for my dagger to more or less try to extract the thing myself.
Okay.
If I see her going for her knife, I'm going to try and stop her.
Well, while this is happening,
you can't.
Yeah, you know what? The fair way is to roll initiative on this. So go ahead and select your token and roll it. Hang on, don't do that yet. I'm sorry, I need to clear it.
I would like to roll initiative to do something as well.
Anyone who wants to do something in reaction to this may. roll initiative. At this point, you may.
Did I get back just as this was happening, by the way?
No, you're still back there, unfortunately.
All right. I'll just move my token out of there temporarily.
Oh, a lot of 11s.
Oh, that was a bad roll.
Okay, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do with severity on initiative. I think this is the first time it's come up. We'll just treat that as
And
normal.
you did select your token.
We'll treat that as a normal too. So go ahead and select your token, Ben, and re-roll that. I will.
What happened?
You didn't have your token selected, so it's not on the turn order.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. It throws everybody. It took me like a year to figure out that needed to be done.
Yep.
Roll my
Okay,
initiative.
now we'll change you to your original roll there, and then we'll put these guys in order. All right, so Perry, you see her going for the dagger.
I try and stop her. I pull the dagger away.
All right, you're gonna need to roll me a. You're gonna need to roll me a athletics check against her. Then, and treat this as a grapple.
Athletics. Boop.
And so Vanessa, you roll me a either acrobatics or athletics. I believe acrobatics is better for you. Or not. Okay. Let's roll severity on that. Getting a lot of those nat ones. Yeah, you easily basically grab her knife hand with both arms and you start basically wresting the knife out of her grip. You actually get with that nat one, you get the knife out of her hand.
Okay, and I'm gonna say,
give me my fucking dagger back.
Let the professional handle this.
I can get it out of me myself.
Okay, at
It
this
attacked
point,
you by you cutting it out of that thing, so it's gonna attack somebody else.
If I don't get it out now,
at this
it's gonna
point,
kill me anyways.
Inanna, you feel like through every nerve in your body, like this amazing, like super pain, like you're just in agony. Like imagine like if you had third-degree burns over your whole body, that kind of feeling. You take 8 points of what kind of damage is this? Unspecified. You take 8 points of damage.
Oh, so fun.
I can do far worse, little one. I could kill you in a moment if it suited my purpose.
Little one, bitch.
None of the rest of you hear this, obviously. This is all in Inanna's mind.
So what's the doctor doing, actually?
The doctor...
Should I kill the doctor? He's not doing anything.
The doctor is just kind of basically like staggering back at this point and just, trying not to get involved because somebody has pulled a knife.
Somebody being me.
And now the scary parrot man has the knife. In any case, speaking of somebody being you, Inanna, you are now disarmed. The pain has subsided at this point, but you kind of get the feeling it was making a point.
I don't even know what to do.
I have an idea, but I just did my thing. I did my thing, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to say it right now.
I have one as well, but I'm not there yet.
So are you doing anything at this point, Inanna?
I'm deciding whether or not I want to do message or if I want to do something else.
While we establish that, I should ask, is one of your actions possibly going to affect Thorgrim's course of action?
Huh?
I'm talking to Vanessa.
Okay.
I don't know what Thorfinn's course of action is going to be.
Are you planning to interact with him, like talk to him, etc.? As I'm trying to establish if I can, skip you and come back to you while you decide.
Yeah, you can skip this.
Okay. So Thorgrim, what was your plan there?
Well, because I suspect that there is something of evil magic going on with her, I was looking among my spells for something it looked like it could assault something evil inside her body without affecting her.
Okay.
And what I think I found was protection from evil.
Okay. Actually, before you cast this, I'm going to have you roll me a religion check, please.
You concerned I'm going to lose my religion? Right.
No.
Oh, that is you in the corner, so.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
And Inanna starts bowing.
Said too much. Haven't said enough. That's
Okay, yeah. So you've actually seen effects like this dealt with before, possessions and things of that variety. Nothing that fits the description that Perry gave you, more with demons and stuff like that. But you suspect that's a pretty good roll. You suspect that the best option of success is a heal or greater restoration, which I don't think you have available to you. But that possibly lesser restoration or dispel evil and good might work.
I don't see any restoration.
I thought you had one. Let me. Maybe I'm tripping and forgot how I built the character.
You're welcome to if I missed something.
You have.
Can I ask the whisper what it wants?
Yes, you may do. Are you doing so mentally or verbally?
Mentally, as to not sound even more crazy than I normally am.
He will serve the purposes of Kelvar Shanuth. You will simply assist us.
Kelvar Shanuth? What the fuck kind of name is that?
You do.
He's the assistant to the manager.
You do. Hey, he's Steve's assistant. You recognize. I'm going to give this to you without a check because of your particular background, but you recognize this is the name of one of the elder gods. It is basically the god of madness and what is known as the Beyond, which is basically the far realm, the space of primordial chaos, essentially. But that's the kind of imagery that this name invokes.
Oh, well, chaos is within Inanna's kind of realm liking.
So back to your question, Ben. Probably the best spell on your list would be Remove Curse, or... No, that wouldn't work. Remove Curse would probably work. Protection from evil and good, is something that, it would prevent somebody from being possessed. It wouldn't necessarily cast anything out of somebody that's already possessed.
I'm clicking on Remove Curse right now.
Okay. Okay, all curses affecting one creature or object end. So this is a Abjuration 3. Okay. And you are casting this on Inanna, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. I just need to look up something real quick here.
Inanna just says, okay, I like chaos. Can we go get a drink first?
You are the one that requires the drink, but this would serve our purposes. Act as you normally would. Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah, we is the royal we, alright? You're stuck in here with me, bitch. Let's go.
Oh, is there any discernible effect of the spell that I cast?
I'm looking that up right now. Hang on. This is basically this conversation is going on in her head, kind of in between while you're casting the spell. So I realize this is stretching the bounds of a combat round, but just for the purpose of the story moment here, and that is okay. So, if you look on your spell page, Ben, up top it should have something called a spell save DC.
14.
Oh, it's right there. Never mind. Yes, it is 14. So... Well, let's see what happens. So you basically recite the ancient runic blessing of the dwarf father, whose name I always forget.
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
Exactly. You see basically as this thing just suddenly starts oozing, pouring out of Inanna's mouth, like it's basically just being expelled from her body.
Is it
unfortunately
solid? Because I might
Inanna, as this is happening, as these barbed tendrils and stuff are working their way quickly out of your flesh, you take 14 piercing damage, but it is out of your body.
Nice.
To your question, Zeph, it is solid. This thing, now that you get a good look at it, and I will go ahead and pop the picture up to full size again, if it'll let me. There we go. This basically looks almost like a rat king of worms, like a bunch of worms that are entwined together to the point where they're one organism. It seems to have specialized ends on the various heads of the worms. So some of them on the vaguely head-like region have eyes and teeth. Some of them have claws. Some of them have basically what look like they're maybe used for propulsion, some kind of fins or legs.
I'm going to mage hand it to grab it.
It is too large to mage hand.
Large to mage hand?
Mage hand is for manipulation of small objects and specifically not creatures. What you would want to do that is a spell called telekinesis.
Well, in that case, I'm going to use my scimitar to cut it in half then.
At this point, you're going to roll initiative then.
We already have initiative.
Do you? Oh, you do have initiative. Oh, you're up next too.
Yeah, I don't have initiative yet because I'm not there yet. Like I said.
Okay. Actually, Deshauna, why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception to see if you at least hear any kind of commotion. Yeah, you hear something's going on at the front of the ship. So yeah, you have reason to hurry. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you a 2-round timer before you basically show up on the foredeck there.
Okay.
Assuming that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Perry, it is your turn. Oh, you already rolled it. Okay. So that will, I believe that will hit. Oh, I've got your AC right here. Why don't I look there?
And this is using my main hand instead of just by itself instead of having my gun with me.
So you slice into this thing. Looks like basically like one of the more slender worms. You almost slice in half. It again oozes more the kind of slimy substance from the inside of it, and it looks like that particular tendril has gone more or less limp. And then is that it for your turn?
So I wouldn't be able to use my sneak attack?
Well, first of all, I assume you're moving within 5 feet of this thing to do that.
Yeah, basically
Okay. All right, yeah, you can definitely use your sneak attack. Basically, as long as you have one ally next to the creature, you can sneak attack.
So that's
gonna be
another
an additional 7. Okay.
And then I'm done.
Yeah, you basically entirely sever one of the tendrils, but there's a lot of them. It's its turn. It is not like that. It is going to turn on you, Perry. And miss with 1 tentacle. He's going to hit you for 4 piercing. And 21 hits, I'm sure, for 9 piercing.
So
and
that is...
total of 13, and then does a 15 hit you?
That is exactly my freaking thing.
Okay, 7 more piercing damage, and I need a con save.
And I'm down.
Okay, well, I don't need it. Actually, yeah, make me a con save anyways. Because if anybody tries healing you, that will... Okay, you're good there. But you are unconscious from damage. And that being said... We'll move. Basically kind of slithers up and around Inanna, kind of over onto the prow here. Inanna, is your turn.
I say, wait, come back. We were supposed to incite chaos.
You still hear it in your mind, by the way. Are you speaking out loud or are you speaking mentally?
I'm speaking out loud.
Okay. You hear it in your mind and reply, deal with them and then I will deal with you.
Oh no. PvP. Please don't PvP us.
You realize you have no particular affiliation with the god that these things serve, and it was kind of, disgusting and violating to be treated that way. So you don't necessarily have a reason to cooperate with this thing at this point.
Yeah, I guess I don't particularly have a reason to, go with the thing or anything like that.
That said, you seem like very much the type to pretend to go along with it.
I don't have any particular reason to kill anyone, I guess.
Yeah.
I still have your knife, by the way. I'm putting that in my inventory.
You better not. And the thing is, I also have another weapon. I have multiple weapons, thank you very much. I will shove my fucking violin strings up your goddamn ass.
And by the way, you're not... Technically, you don't still have her knife, first of all. You dropped it when you went unconscious. Second of all, you're not in a position to be putting anything in your inventory right now. So sorry, how are you reacting to this, Inanna?
I really don't know. I'm trying to look at what I've got right now.
See, this is why you look at your character before the session.
To be fair, her character was not complete much before the session, so...
Yeah.
Play a song.
Hey, what about psychic blades?
You would have to hit something to use those. But you could definitely, if you wanted to turn around and try to attack this thing and use psychic blades, you could try to do that.
Okay. Here, let me put it in there so you can see it.
Yeah. I'm familiar with what it does. It's just it's not a standalone ability, is what I'm saying. It piggybacks on a weapon attack.
Okay, so I have to use like rapier first or dagger
Yeah.
first.
I mean, heck, you could punch him in the face and use it with that, but it has to be some kind of weapon attack.
Okay.
Has a face.
Well, punch him in the like
What looks like
the anterior region.
Okay, so then I would do like whatever weapon and then psychic blades.
Yep.
Okay.
That will definitely hit. So go ahead and roll your 2d6. And
wait, she's 5th level. Wouldn't that be? We're at 7th level. So
oh, sorry, you're right. Yes, that'd be a 3d6. My bad. I should read the entire text before saying stuff.
Did I do it right?
No, it's /R space 3d6.
Sorry.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so that's going to be 5 plus 11. All right. Thorgun, it's your turn.
So, let me see if I understand this correctly. The Worm King that was inside Inanna's body has left her body and is now standing there, right?
Is now basically slithered its way up onto the prow behind her. After pretty much dropping Perry to the ground in one flurry of tendrils.
So,
I'm
where
basically
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I missed some of your words. It went blank, blank, blank behind her.
Okay, so it slithered up onto the prow behind her after having basically dropped Perry within a single flurry of tentacles.
Okay.
So I'm down.
I'd like to heal her, but I think I should try and assault it in some fashion.
I need healing first. Just saying.
Well, you could do both. You could do both with Healing Word as a bonus action, and then use your action to attack. That would work just fine.
Okay, I need to back up to whatever Zephyr said. I was talking, so I didn't hear a word. So would you say it again, Zephyr?
You should probably heal me first because I'm completely out. I don't have any health. So.
I think this thing is so dangerous we need to assault it promptly.
Well, you could assault it and heal either one of them.
Okay, well...
He's just saying heal him before me.
I don't like that bird at all, though.
That's fair.
But I don't like birds anyway. Let me see here. There's Healing Word right there.
Okay.
What level am I? Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay. There we go. Wow. Getting the big guys out. So that's going to be 21 points of healing.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
So it's all right with you.
Thank you.
You whiny bird.
He's whiny even when he's unconscious. It's amazing. I see why people don't like parrots.
I swear, he doesn't even know the word thank you. Okay.
I said thank you. What the frill?
Oh, then you don't know the word thank you. Okay, good. So,
I love that you made up all these in universe cuss words and then use cuss words from other universes.
Well, I'm looking at my list of weapons and I'm thinking real hard about things that could really hurt this thing. I think since a water creature, something involving fire could hurt it pretty bad.
That's a fair assumption.
I'm looking at Sacred Flame and looking here at Wall of Fire.
Okay. Now, Sacred Flame, just FYI, is not technically fire damage. It is radiant damage, which is more basically positive energy, light sort of energy, which it's a pretty good bet it would be painful for an evil creature as much or more than fire would be anyways. But it seems like either would work, yes. And also, your weapon deals a significant amount of fire damage.
This is true, but I'm looking at both Sacred Flame and Wall of Fire and seeing a DC 4. No, let me see here.
Yeah.
Wall of Fire is 5d8.
Yeah. Wall of Fire is also more of a barrier in that it basically creates an actual wall of fire, so that if somebody approaches from one side of the wall, they take fire damage. Whereas Sacred Flame is just essentially the light bolt from the sky, and then it's over kind of thing.
So the wall of fire is going to put it in a position where it's either got to jump off the ship or it's got to come through the fire at us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to jump off the ship. It's planning to.
Well, I need to assault it then. Okay, here. So, Soul Forger.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I assume you're moving up next to it.
What did I do?
Oh, you rolled a natural 1.
Natural 1? That's great. Tell you.
Those have been popping up so much this session, I don't know. Oh, it's a pretty serious one. Oh. I so don't want to be that guy.
Too late.
Okay, make me a dex save. I'm going to be fair on this. Dexterity save, yes, you.
I want to. Let me see here.
Oh, so basically, if you go up on top of skills, you should have a section that says saving throws. And then just look for dexterity in there. Okay.
That sucked.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
I tried to give you a chance. That was only a 1 in 3 something chance. Anyways, you're basically you swing Soul Forger and this thing dodges out of the way, and the momentum carries Soul Forger out of your hands, and it plummets into the water below.
Good. I can handle that.
Guess we need to send someone down to get it.
Yeah, and probably pretty quick, considering the mass of that weapon. Fortunately, we have our flying person conscious now. Gosh, I was looking up something. What was I looking? Oh, I was looking up cleric saves, so we can fix that. Sorry, bear with me one moment. Wisdom and charisma are the ones that you should have. So if we just unclick everything else. Okay, now that should be right.
Okay, so in my turn, I fly. I start diving down towards the hammer to go grab it, while casting Chill Touch.
Okay. Range spell attack against the creature. 1d8 necrotic damage. You can't regain. Okay, I know what this does. Okay. It is not undead, so that doesn't apply. And you are. So you're getting this. How many levels are you in? Oh, wait, hang on. No, that's your total level, so that doesn't matter. Okay. So you're going to be doing 2d8 points of damage, which I think is factored. Yes. All right, 11. Does that hit, first of all? Yes, it does. And do you have any resistances to that? Okay.
And is it undead? Because if it's undead, then it can't. Then it's going to have
undead.
A problem. Okay.
Next round, mom just picks it up. And
why don't you, Perry, make me an athletics check?
This is going to be fun.
Do not give Jay an athletics check.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say basically you managed to fold your wings like Falcon style and just like dive down for this thing, like using your momentum to carry you down. The hammer has already slowed significantly from hitting the water. You managed to barely grasp the end of the handle as it's going down. This thing is heavy. I mean, it is a dwarven hammer, but you managed to basically wrest it to the surface, but it's taken basically all of your effort to stay afloat. Next round, you'll be able to leave the water, but for right now, you have the hammer.
Oh, I got a stupid idea, but okay.
You should do a stupid idea.
And at this point, Inanna, you may take an attack of opportunity if you like.
Oh.
With whatever you happen to have in hand.
It would be really funny if she just like picks it up and just started biting it. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
I'd be like, how do you like this, bitch? How do you like something? Yeah, she would just end up like going back down her throat or something, and almost had enough.
These things may taste good.
Yeah.
It's just like calamari, right?
Yeah. Does anybody have some hot oil?
So are you going to attempt an attack of opportunity? As this thing is basically trying to dive off the prow of the ship. That is sneak attack. I need an actual weapon attack first. You may definitely apply that. Well, wait, no, you can't apply that for sneak attack to it because it doesn't fit the qualifications. That definitely will hit it for that many piercing. And this thing just, yeah, basically, like I said, dives off of the prow. Perry, you see this thing, not right next to you, but it does splash down into the water.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on it?
No, it's not right next to you.
Okay, dang it.
It saw you go over and it went the other direction, basically. So it is actually right about down here, but it's looks like it's basically starting to swim away, essentially. And with this,
whose turn is it?
What's that?
Whose turn is it?
We're basically out of combat now, unless you guys want to be fighting each other.
I
It is also 10 o'clock. I'm thinking this is a good time to just cut this off and maybe come back to it next week if people are available.
It's almost.
I think I do want to actually. I think I do actually want to really quick. I want to blast it with one more chill touch to see if it kills it.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
But still.
You do some significant damage to it, but you don't manage to kill it now.
And it escapes, probably.
It does escape at that point, unless somebody is diving into the water after it.
Pick me! Pick me!
I'll put you in.
So I'm going to climb up. I'm going to climb back up, throw the hammer onto the frickin' deck, and just say, "You owe me for that." I take payments in gold and platinum.
He's got the prickly, wet bird feathers all over him too. It's like fresh out of the bird bath kind of look.
I might for real just like jump in there after it.
You may do so if you like. However, the ship is moving at a good clip.
You have a plan for killing it once you get in there?
No, not at all. That's the fun.
Nothing could possibly happen. Nothing bad could possibly happen when you jump out of a ship in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, if I see
Leonardo DiCaprio said.
Well, I'm gonna head to my room. Which one's my room?
We haven't actually established that yet.
I'm sleeping in the captain's quarters. He looks lonely. What?
Wow. Okay.
I choose this room.
Okay. Yeah.
That because I know that he would want to be near the surface.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna get this room, I think.
Yeah, I think the only rooms that are really spoken for at this point are these ones back next to the bridge area, or whatever they call it.
And as I go to sleep, I send my rat out to gather to steal some gold from the different passengers.
I managed to leave one of these guys on the map. Weird. Okay. All right. Well,
take this from over here.
Yeah, if you guys actually, if you could somewhere in those rooms, just go ahead and draw in your given color. Just put yourself some kind of little mark so we know it's where you are. You are with the rooms with multiple bunks. If you guys want to be bunking together with other characters, you may.
We're gonna sleep on the deck. Right where I am.
Fair enough. You will be your first responder if you guys need a ballista anything, I guess.
I think if Joker comes in for the next session, then I'll bunk with her, but with her character. But that's it.
Okay.
Because we know each other. Because our characters know each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give her the cold touch.
But yeah, I'm just out of curiosity. What does my rat steal over this night, or are we gonna do that next time?
Let's think about it between sessions. It's it's not going to be anything super majorly of value because it's got a rat's carrying capacity.
Yeah, it would basically be gold, platinum, or some jewels.
Right.
I'm just wondering what was going through Perry's mind when he noticed that the amulet that Talia was wearing was glowing.
I'll tell you this much: he's gonna ask you next time that he sees you.
Yeah, I figured that
because he's curious, but he's too tired after all of this chaos.
Good point.
Actually, Zeph, is your rat pretty much going all night trying to pilfer stuff?
Yes,
that's the plan. Okay, yeah. So you basically managed to scrape together. I'm gonna say 5 gold pieces. There is a ornate hairpin and a kind of like well, that's too big. Like a bracelet that it brings back.
All
right, so
she cleans this room, but she's sleeping with the captain. Yeah.
So, I gained 5 gold. You said?
Yeah.
5 gold, and then what else did you say?
Ornate hairpin and bracelet that are basically they have jewels in it that look like they're very valuable.
Ornate hairpin and bracelet. Ornate bracelet.
Mm-hmm. So that is it, I think. At least for this part. Hopefully part 2 will wrap it up.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that this is only the first night, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well this is the first encounter you kind of were not like supposed to engage with the worm things, and you did, so it drew it out a little bit more. So that's fine. It's it's a possibility that one has to plan for, and that's okay.
I am so sorry that my curiosity got the best of me, and all I wanted was a new instrument.
Vanessa, do not apologize for bringing out some very important plot information in character.
Yeah, seriously.
Is she gonna hear those whispers for like eternity until this thing is
dead? As soon as this thing is left line of sight, they're basically gone.
Oh, also, I'm just out of curiosity. Are you going to carve the frickin' Sahagin bones still into a new instrument?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Honestly, at this point, I'll tell you guys right now that when this game is over, I actually think that Perry is going to hire both Vanessa and Deshauna's characters to be part of his new crew.
You might have some motivation problems with your crew. Those droids both have bad motivators.
I've got a bad motivator.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
Later
I should
then.
stop recording this probably.
I'll talk to you first.
Probably.